Hey, what's going on today? It's your boy Real Estate of Mine, Nick. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, you can go over to real estate underscore Nick. And today we're going to talk about this new ban, man. It's going down in Iowa and Indiana, man. Crazy. So two more states banned junk food from SNAP benefits. Tell me, do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you think they're trying to, I don't know, stop y'all from being obese and eating unnutritiously and having your refrigerator on GNC? Like, it's just overstrength filled with a bunch of junk food. You're not reading the nutritional facts. I mean, it could be a lot of carcinogens in there, a lot of starches, a lot of calories, and your kids need to be aware of that. So when they go to their fridge and they're just like, "Ma, why is everything filled up with healthy choice and a lot of health foods in here?" And they slam that refrigerator door. You grab them right in the back of their collar. You say, "Hey, my SNAP benefits ain't supporting that." That's right. The government SNAP benefits in Iowa and Indiana is not going to support that. But you know where they're going to support that at? They're going to support it in New York. But that's until Iowa and Indiana make an increased impact out in Indiana, and you see a decrease in the obesity and fat that's hanging from the arms and the necks and the chins and the booties of these children out here because they eat too much starch. I know some of y'all shaking in your boots, those who are in impoverished communities, who may be on SNAP benefits, who have slash cash, who ain't afraid to use that like a debit card. And that is totally okay because in this economy, breaking you off a little some of that wick bar, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, man. So they're banning it in two states. I'm hearing in Iowa and Indiana. I don't know if it's official, but the government out there has pretty much gave the wave. Now, let's look into the actual ad here. We see in Iowa and Indiana, there's been a waiver that's been approved, actually. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is banning junk food that's being bought with SNAP benefits. Would you look at that? Wow. So, according to them, Republicans have their opinion, and they have told Newsweek that I guess the Democrats or the government or the city or U.S. Department of Agriculture is controlling, right, individuals and pretty much overpowering individuals with low income rather than improving nutrition. Do y'all agree with that? Because I really agree that they're trying to improve nutrition. They're trying to make kids, people with impoverished mentalities, people who just are unaware, and some people who would like to make the change, but their kids like something, and they're just trying to give whatever their kids like. Well, if the food stamp SNAP benefits change, and this is only to people who are on SNAP benefits, right? If the SNAP benefits change and the rules change, then that would make you nutritiously aware of what it is that is going into these foods. Like there's carcinogens, there's starches, there's calories, guys. There's things that could actually affect your kids, and it's affecting their mentalities, it's affecting their energy levels, and it's even affecting those little micro hormones inside of the stomach linings that give the stomach instructions that's connected also to the brain through vagus nerve, because the gut health is very important, but at the same time, your gut is connected to your mind, right? And they're both connected, but they're both working on parasympathetic nerves and sympathetic nervous systems that can tell your brain things involuntarily, and also with your voluntary decisions, you can tell your stomach what it is that's good for it. But sometimes your brain tells your stomach things involuntarily, right? Due to taste, right? Things that could be sweet. And it gives your body this rush, and you mistake that for energy, and that energy quickly burns out. So you drown it out with water. So your body, starts to exude and starts to exert what you call urination. I'm not a doctor, but there seems to be a system with this, and it seems to be and we're not really aware of what's going on. So the Republicans think that it's a divided opinion. or they have divided opinion. So that was interesting that the Republicans pushed back against it. Well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has yet cracked down in New York as it should. But let's move on. So why does it matter, right? So it says here, supplemental nutrition assistance program SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, are paid to low and no income households, right? Section 8 households, right? Apartments, right? Across the U.S. But of course, this is only effective in Iowa and Indiana for now, right? And the household across the U.S. that would otherwise struggle to afford groceries, right? Across both states, nearly 1 million people received the anti-poverty benefit, right? The approval come as several Republican states push to limit what can be purchased with SNAP benefits. Nebraska became the first state to have its waiver request approved by the USDA just last week, banning soda. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, y'all? Banning soda and energy drink purchases. Why would they ban soda and energy drink purchases is the question, right? And if they crack down all over USA, which is going to be a loss of profit, so it's going to be a struggle. But what if we as a people, we made the choice to say, you know what? We choose what we do with our SNAP benefits wiser, and use this as an example instead of using this as a conspiracy and side with the Republicans, because the Republicans are obviously pushing for this because they want the profit for the country. And the more the profit, of course, you already know what that is. So energy drinks are bad for you guys. Soda is bad for you guys, what this is trying to say. And the U.S. domestic agriculture, they're trying to assist you guys in being aware with this. What to know? Well, the USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins confirmed she has approved both of the requests in press release issued in May 23rd. So this has been going on since May 23rd. In Indiana, waivers excludes the soft drinks and candy. So you can no longer buy soft drinks and candy with your EBT card out there. Maybe with the cash side, I'm not sure, but EBT is EBT, right? So not even with the cash side. And it will take effect on January 1st of next year. In Iowa, the waiver excludes any food item eligible for sales tax, including sweetened beverages, snacks, and candy. So all of that will be dead. Your kids will be crying to be at home, like, I don't want to eat this, I don't want to eat this. And you will program your kids in Indiana and Iowa to eat what it is that the EBT is providing, unless you're going to use your own cash. And why would you use your own cash? Because you're going to be losing out on money, as well as your kids losing out on very healthy nutritional obligations and facts and routines. So it will take effect next year. So you guys stock up on what you stock up now. But I would use this ad as something to be very aware of, right? This is in Newsweek. We don't know if this is 100% true. And don't take my word for it. Sometimes these news ads, don't be 100% true. And then next, a waiver grants flexibility by modifying specific USDA program rules, enabling states to administer the SNAP program in different ways. So in different ways, they can administer different rules, and they can modify specific USDA programs. And when you get a waiver, it grants its flexibility in these changes. This is what the ad is trying to say here. And these rules, these waivers were implemented during the coronavirus pandemic to enhance access to food benefits. So, during that time, there was preventing access to food benefits, but there was a lot of junk food eating because there was a lot of stress hormones going off in the gut system and in the minds of people who felt entrapped in their homes, and people died, as well as got very unhealthy, and they gained a lot of weight, especially their kids, and it was very stressed. That caused them to eat even more. And it was like during the coronavirus, it was like a death penalty. You know what I mean? It was like a bid. and a lot of people died behind that. So rest in peace to all the people that we lost. I hope that you use this ad as an awareness ad and start an awareness campaign around using your SNAP benefits or using your own benefits, right? More wisely, and shopping for your kids more wisely. There's spots like Trader Joe's, there's spots like Whole Foods, right? Nobody says that if you can't afford those type of foods, you can, even though Trader Joe's takes EBT, Whole Foods takes EBT, right? We can make our own recipes. We can grow our own food in our own backyards. We can eat more organic. We can feed our kids more organic, so their mentality, so they be able to listen to us. Because it's like they don't listen to us sometimes because of the foods that we feed them and because what we let them eat, and their energy's out of control, especially these babies. Have you not seen the energy in these babies? And then you wonder, oh, where did she get all this energy from? Where did she get this energy from? Try reading the nutritional facts in back of the foods, because they could be enhancing all of these damn sugars and having these damn colors, color 1, dye 2, dye 3, color this, that. All these big words that throw the brain into this airplane mode. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Word too big. Not going to Webster. Don't got no time for that. Well, you're going to see. So, once again, Newsweek has dropped some knowledge on us today. We were talking about 2 more states ban junk food from SNAP benefits. They may crack down on another, 10 states or maybe 50 states. So, to some of y'all fatties, nah, I ain't fat shaming nobody, but don't stock up now. But think about it, man. Think about it. Ads like this, moves like this could be making us aware of what we feed our kids and what we feed ourselves. So let's get healthy. Let's stay healthy. It's your boy, Real Estate of Mind, Nick _Nick. Yeah, man, subscribe to my Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're buying, selling, and renting, let me know. I'm out of here. Peace.